Hello, leaders. So, making sure I'm on the right page. What is that? Like, what is that doing there? I want to make sure I'm on the right page. It has been a while since I hopped on live here. And there are reasons. I don't particularly, so I struggle as your guys' director and as your guys' leader. I struggle with trying to figure out what you guys need to know versus what the whole team should know. All right. Booking parties. I don't have to teach you guys how to book parties. I shouldn't have to teach you guys how to book parties. You should be teaching your team how to book parties. So that's like in the team page. Sponsoring. You should be teaching your team how to sponsor, right? And then I'm teaching the team in the team page how to sponsor. Flipping, host flipping. Again, I shouldn't have to teach you how to do that. You should teach your team how to do that. And then I teach the team how to do that. And it's never ever look at it as, well, Amber taught the team how to flip a host. Don't do that. I say it one way. You can say something, the same information, just with different words. And your team is going to resonate with it differently than how I said it. It happens all the time. Because honestly, a lot of training is the exact same thing over and over and over and over and over again. From SSDs and SDs and all of the training and all of the groups. We're all telling you the exact same stuff. It's just the way I say it is going to sound different than the way, say, Rachel Penn says it. Versus, Kimberly Polito. I can't think of many names right now. We're all going to tell you the same thing. It just might use different words, all right? So don't ever think because I taught it in our team page, you cannot teach it to your team. You really, really should be teaching it to your team. So I struggled there as to what do I do? What do I teach you guys? Again, the foundation of our business is buy, host, join. You want customers to buy. You want them to host. You want them to join. Those are the 3 legs of success. Buy, host, join. So I shouldn't have to teach you guys how to get customers. I shouldn't have to teach you guys how to have join conversations. I shouldn't have to teach you guys how to have host conversations. So there's been this lull in my brain as to what can I do to make you a better leader. And that phrase always freaks me out because how do you tell somebody how to be a better leader when you're just like winging it yourself? And people are like, I know you're not winging it. You got this whole binder and everything. Literally everything I do is self-taught. I may see a blip from somebody here or somebody there, but then I go back and I create it myself and redo it. I never had a leader lead me or teach me how to lead other people. So when I tell you I'm winging it, I truly in my heart feel I am. I do not have anybody telling me, that's a great job. That's a good job. Yeah, you got to do that. I don't have that. So I've always, kicking things under my desk. I've always felt like I don't know what to do. I don't know what to say. I do not know what valuable information I have to give to you. So that's why I have not been live in here for a while, because what am I supposed to do? You guys know what I do on a daily basis. You guys know what I do on a monthly basis. You know all of the things that I do. So I'm like, I don't know what else I can teach you. So I've been doing a lot of learning on my own, and I went to boot camp. I went to lots of leadership training in SFR, and I've been watching a lot of leadership training, and I've been doing leadership training from other teams, like other direct sales companies, literally other people's companies. I've been listening to their leadership training and trying to get as much information as I possibly can to help you. So I was like, it's on my to-do list. It's over here. I'm going to sit down and I'm going to do a breakdown and really think about some really good leadership topics to work with you guys on. So the first thing that I wanted to talk to you guys about is tracking numbers. 5 years. Okay. 5 years before I started tracking numbers. I didn't see a value in it. I didn't understand why people did it. Like, I truly do not care what my team did. Like, No offense. I truly did not care what Jennifer got in March for her PRV. That's not my job to know what her PRV was in March. Why do I need to know what her PRV was in March? I don't care what Sedina got in May. Why do I need to go back to May and look? Like, that was always my mentality, is like, why the hell do I care? I'm not tracking their numbers. That's their job. They should be tracking their own numbers. I'm tracking my numbers. They need to track their own numbers. Like, that literally was 100% my mindset. But then, did a training, and I've heard it from multiple people. What you track grows. That's stupid. Y'all know me. I'm very much like those touchy-feely phrases. I'm like, no. And it takes me a while for it to soak in. It takes those feel-good messages and those feel-good things. Occasionally, some of them will click with me, but most of them, I'm like, that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. I got to hear it like 32 times before it clicks in. So, yeah, it was like, what you track grows. What you track grows. What you track grows. I'm like, that's stupid. It's really, really stupid. But all right, we're going to do it. And I can tell you it did. What I want to talk to you about is tracking your team. Now, when I say team, this is a little scary, and this is a little big, and it's a little broad, and okay, let me make sure I can break this down. I'm your director, okay? Then anybody I sponsored is my front line, right? So we're going to take Jennifer, for example. Jennifer is a leader. Anybody she personally sponsors is her front line, all right? Then anybody that her front line sponsors, those are Jennifer's downline. Make sense? So when you become a director, and I say when because you will, when you become a director, it becomes difficult, because once I have somebody underneath of me that is a director, and we'll just use Jennifer again. She's not on here, but I'm just going to keep saying her name because his first name popped in my head because it's on my laptop. She's the first picture in the line of members. When Jennifer should promote to director, her team, so her personal people that she sponsored, and then all of those people, so her front line and her downline, all come out of my team, because now she's officially her own team. All right. So there's a big thing that you need to remember, because something you have to think about is, who do I train? Who do I talk to? Who do I track? Do I track my personal sponsors, the ones that I personally sponsored, my front line? Do I only track those people? Because that's technically my team. I'm their leader, right? I personally sponsored them. I didn't personally sponsor my downline, so I don't have to train them, right? No-ish. That's where things get so tricky as a leader and a director and anybody star and above. That's where it starts to get tricky, is because there's that part of your brain that goes, I don't have to train my downline. They have a sponsor. Their sponsor is supposed to be training them. I train the people I sponsored. You should always train the people you sponsor, right? That's how it should work, right? Well, the top person needs to train everybody, right? Because what if, this person over here didn't train their downline, and they didn't. And I can tell you 90% of the leaders in this group aren't training their team. This one downline over here, she wants to do amazing. She wants to do big things, but she has a leader who isn't training her, who isn't helping her, who isn't reaching out to her. So if you, as the top of the team, don't reach out to this downline, you could potentially lose somebody humongous for your team, right? Yes, it is a little bit of a mind screw, and it's a little bit of like, oh yeah, my team just like doubled in size. Do you know what I mean? So don't look at labels. Don't look at the front line. Don't look at the down line until you hit director. All right? Until then, look at everybody as equal, and it'll make things so much more simple. Okay? It truly will, until you hit director, or you have a team of 50 or more. All right? Then we'll deal with that when that comes. Under 50 or more, don't think of a front line. Don't think of a down line. Think of everybody as an equal person. It will make your life easier. It will get that whole mind screw out of your head. There's none of that whole like, do I train? Do I not train? Do I track them? Do I not track them? All right. Everybody is equal. So we're going to keep it at that. Now, why should you track your team's numbers? Let's say you're a team of 5. Why in the world would you track their numbers? To show trends. That's a big thing. Because trying to use real words, because if you're tracking monthly, and I'm not saying do not track your team's numbers daily, that's a ridiculous amount of work. You do not need to know what Jill and Joe and George on your team are doing every single day PRV wise. You should always look, see if they got active, see if they hit 500,000, things like that. But as far as today, on Monday, they had, 52 PRV, and on Tuesday, they had 75. Good job. Like, you shouldn't have to do that, all right? That's just exhausting, and you're going to get burned out. Just facts. But on a monthly basis, you should. I'm going to pull up mine. I'm not going to show you guys, but it's just so I can kind of have a visual of what I do. How I do it is I have the team members' name, their join date, I have their current title, and info. When I say info, are they a hobbyist? Are they working their business? Notes about them as a person. Like, some people have a lot of words and a lot of goals, but not a lot of action. Some people have a lot of action, but they don't have any goals. You know what I mean? They're like, I'm going to do these 500 things, but I don't know why. Okay? Or they have trouble making goals. So it's just little bits of information to know so I can see things in a heartbeat. Or it could literally just be the last time that they were active. You're going to have people on your team that you don't know. I have people on my team that I've literally never had a conversation with. And I'm talking frontline people. I have frontline people that I've never spoken to. And it's not all my problem. It's not my fault. Some people just don't ever reach out to you, and that's okay. Sometimes it's literally just the last time they were active was this month, so that you know when they're going to fall off. And that sounds harsh, but it's just the reality. It truly, truly is. So that's kind of the things that I have in my info column. Then I have everybody's PRV every single month. And I have them color coded. Like, if it was active, if it was over 500, if it was over 1,000, if it was over 2,000. And I have it so that I can look at it very, very quickly. That's the goal. Because there's no report that you can run that will show you month to month to month. Like, you would have to run individual months. You would have to go into the reporting time, and you would have to do January, and then February and look, and then March and look. It's nothing laid out like January, February, March, so that you can see it in one screen. So that's why you track the numbers, so that I can very easily look and see, okay, this person, and that's where the color coding came in. This person is active January, March, April, May, June, July. I was able to go look at that real fast. There was only 1 month that they weren't active. So that shows, they were active. That's great. Every single month, shout them out. And it took me a couple seconds to be able to look that up, right? Or if they were paid at title, I have a paid at title column. And then I have a grew column, meaning they added somebody. Same thing, this will also help you see trends. Like, if you're looking for this incentive, you're looking to help people promote, right? Because you get those promotion points when they promote. So you're looking for people and you're like, I need to know who is my next person who's very, very close to hitting hitting lead. Okay. What do you need to be lead? You need 1 active teammate. They need to have 500 PRV, and they need to have 1,000 GWV. Well, I can go through and look and see, all right, I need to find anybody who currently title-wise is not a lead, who's getting 500 PRV every single month. So you go through and you look, 500 PRV. All right, I've got those people pulled out. Now what's their GWV? Okay, they're like, 800-900 GWV a month. They would be a great person for me to be able to reach out to and talk to, right? You have the facts in front of you at a very quick and easy glance. And it's going to seem like when you're a team of like 2, you're like, oh, I don't need to do that. It's so simple. Listen to me say it's so much simpler to start when you're a team of 2 than when you're a team of 80. I started tracking numbers when we were a team of 80. I regret not doing it when we were a team of 2, because it's a lot more information to put in. But that is one of the reasons that you track the numbers. Everybody, not everybody, the majority of us are working towards this incentive. And part of this working towards the incentive is helping your team promote. Remember, we're keeping everybody on the same level. We're not frontline or downline. Everybody is the same level right now. You want to be able to reach out to those people, and you want to be able to do it quickly. Time is precious, right? You've got a lot of things going on, back to school going on, and life and the business. And I mean, we're in the fall and it's busy time. So you want to be able to use your time effectively, and you don't want to have to go to that reporting tab and pull it up. You also don't want to have to remember. You don't want to have to remember who is close to being lead, who is close to being star, who is close to being those things. You truly do not want to have to remember those things. That's where this comes in. I can go on my frontline page of my spreadsheet and I can look very, very quickly. I can scroll through here, and that's why I use the color codes, is because it is also visually a lot quicker. Okay, so on mine, everybody who gets over 1,000 PRV, that month gets highlighted yellow. So I can go through, and my goal is I'm going to find anybody who's yellow consistently for 3 months in a row. So we're going to go, there's 1, there's 2, 3, 4. Like, I can go through really, really quick through the team that I track. That's different. The team that I track, I can go through and see who is consistent and has over $1,000 at least 3 months in a row. All right. Then that person I know, let's dig in a little deeper to them. What is their title? All right. Over 1,000 PRV. That's really great. Let's go to the next one. What's their GWV? Like, how close are, just because you have over 2,000 PRV a month does not mean that you are ready to promote. It truly doesn't. There's a lot more involved with that. Just because you have over 2,000 PRV a month doesn't mean that you're ready to, be a star consultant. You got to have GWV. You have to have active frontline. You have to know that is something that you as a leader need to know. You need to know the compensation plan. What does a person need to do to get to lead? What do they need to know to get to star? What do they need to be superstar? What do they need to get to director? What do they need to get to superstar director? Lord, I know those numbers and it scares me to death. But you should be able to know that. And if you don't know that, you should be able to know exactly where to find it like that. Right? Back of your catalog. Mine's sitting right there. You should be able to grab it very, very quickly. Right? You should be able to convert it to PRV. That GWV is a dumb number. I truly, truly hate it. You should be able to convert it to PRV for your team. Very quickly. It's not hard. If you don't know how to do that, let me know and I can show you how to do it. But tracking your numbers will allow you to be able to identify people to work with. Working with people is hard. Not everybody wants to be worked with, and that's fine. But you as a leader at least need to reach out to them and find out. Most people, I forget what the statistic is, most people don't even know they're close to a promotion. They truly don't, because you're so focused on your business. Think about it. And that's something that we have to remember. We have to remember what it's like to be new. And I struggle with that. That is my toxic trait, is I forget what it's like to be a brand new consultant. You have to be able to remember, okay, I'm focused on my business and my thank yous and my follow-up, and I'm focused on being consistent. I am not thinking about what I have to do to promote, because I'm just trying to keep my head above water, doing the things that I know I need to do. See, I'm glad you're learning this. It's something that it's hard and it takes a little while to figure out, but once you get it, you're like, I understand now. But there's so many consultants that don't know that they're close. Dude, you're like $200 from promoting to certified. And then they go, well, what's that mean? And you think, are you kidding me? I know I told you what that means. But we tell them again anyway, right? Because that's what we do. We repeat ourselves 500 times as leaders. Or you tell them like, dude, do you realize you are so close to being paid a title? You just need blah, blah, blah PRV and one active teammate. That's it. And then you're paid at lead. But if we as a leader aren't telling our team members those things, how they're not going to know. Even though they have a catalog with the compensation plan, even though they have a workstation with the compensation plan, even though there's been millions of trainings on how to promote and what you get when you promote and all of the things, even though there are 500 million trainings out there, it is still up to you to let them know. We all get busy. We all have busy lives. We all forget things, right? It's just like our customers. It's very beneficial if you can take the time to remind them. It goes a long way. I always try to think as a customer versus a consultant. Wouldn't it be great if somebody would remind me that something that I truly love I know. And I don't mind. It's part of the job. It's literally part of the job. But wouldn't you like it if somebody told you, like, hey, Amber, your favorite face wash is on sale 25% off this month? Wouldn't that be great if your consultant, for your face wash, your makeup, your energy drink, your whatever, personally told you, hey, I know you like this. It's on sale this month. That's what we do for our customers. You need to do the same thing for your team. They're busy running their business, trying to do all of the things, remember all of the things, and run their life. Yes, it is one less thing than what you're doing. But wouldn't it be great if you could just reach out for 2 seconds, be like, hey, I just wanted to let you know you are, 125 PRV away from being active, or you are 37 PRV away from promotion. You are one active teammate away from hitting lead. Do you know how to flip a party? It would take you 2 seconds to be able to do that. But now if you have to pull up a report and you have to pull up each individual person on that report, because that's how that'll work, it could take a lot of time, and a lot of times we won't do it because it's more time than we want to put into it, more effort than we want to put into it. So if you track numbers on a very simple spreadsheet or a piece of paper or however works for you in your life, it makes it a lot easier. I only track PRV, paid at title, and if they grew that month. And then, like I said, mine are color coded. Okay, I'm trying to look to see who would be visible. I'll show you guys. All right, this is my spreadsheet. So I'm color coded up here. Name, join, title, info, January, month, paid at title, and grew. And then see what I mean, where I can just scroll up. And I can just scroll through real quick to see what I mean? I can look through here real quick and see all of the colors, be like, okay. To see who I need to follow up with, who can I reach out, things like that. It makes it very, very simple. And I only update that sheet once a month. I usually do it obviously after the first. Does it take a while? Yeah, but I have a lot more people to update than you do. And it's okay. It in the beginning, I thought it was really dumb. Like, I will be 100% honest. I thought it was extremely stupid. Like, why am I doing this? But the more I did it, I realized how easy it made it for me to reach out to people, to teammates. And you're not reaching out. If you're doing it in a position, if you're reaching out to your teammate for a position of bettering yourself, I really want you to promote so that I get incentive points or I get paid more. That's gross and icky. If you're doing it, if you're reaching out to your teammate purely because they are close to promoting and you want them to know that, because who doesn't like to promote and get paid more? Or you're doing it for their benefit, not yours. That's different. It's the same thing when we follow up with our customers. Don't do it to get the sale. Do it because you know it's what's supposed to do. If you're reaching out to your team and like, hey, you've done 500 PRV every month for the last 6 months. Have you ever thought about building a team because you are already getting PRV at a leadership level? You're just bringing it to them, something that they may not have known that could benefit them, right? That's the difference. If you're doing it because you want the incentive points, icky and gross, because it's very self-serving, self-centered. But if you do it because you want to help them, that's different. The vibe is different. It feels different. Makes sense? So tracking the numbers allows you to look it up very, very quickly and know who to communicate with. It allows you to be able to do shout outs very quickly. Oh my gosh. You literally just had the highest PRV you have had all year. You don't know that unless you run that report every single month for that person. You know what I mean? But if you can pull it up and be like, dude, you literally just had the highest PRV you've had all year. Do you know how good that can make somebody feel, especially those consultants who are lower on the PRV scale, who aren't active nearly as much as they are, or they are only in that 200. Like, we all have teammates who are like that 200 range pretty much every month, and then one month they're like 350, 400. For most of us, that's like nothing. But for that consultant, and you tell her, dude, do you realize you just had the highest PRV you've ever had? That can change them for the whole day and make them feel amazing, right? Because they don't think they're anything. They're not getting shouted out at the top. You know, they're only the tiny little person on the 250, you know, the 200 shout out thing. But you personally sent them a message to tell them congratulations. Over the moon. They may not care, but you did a good thing, right? So if you track their numbers, it's something that you can easily do. Like I said, I only do it once a month. I don't track every day. That's exhausting. I only track my own numbers every day. For your team, try it. And I highly, highly, highly suggest you start when your team is small, because when it's big, mine is, I do not track everybody on our team. Just a disclaimer, that's talk for when you hit my level. Not that I'm like, when you get to my level. Do you know what I mean? It's just we're at 112 people right now, so it's a little bit different. But I track 52 people. That's how many I track. I do have people that I track that are not my front line. They are my downline, and I have a goal to get them to jump their front line, to jump their sponsor. Because when people do not train their team, and I know who those people are, and I start training them, my goal is to get you to jump the person who sponsored you, because you deserve to. You know, if you're not getting the help that you need, then jump them. That's my goal. And that's just because that's my personal goal with my sponsor, till I found out I can't jump her, and now I'm bummed, but whatever. So yes, I highly encourage you to take a moment, make a spreadsheet, take a piece of paper, whatever works for you in your business. If you use a calendar, if you use a notebook, if you have a team notebook, if you have a director notebook, if you have a leadership notebook, put it in there. Things like that. There's more to it than tracking numbers, but let's keep it very, very basic for today. Let's keep it very simple and very chill. I highly suggest taking a moment, writing your team down. You don't have to do everything that I do. You don't have to do the growth. You don't have to do pay it title. But I highly suggest you take the time, because we are on month 8. Don't start it on month 11. Start it now and go back through and look. Write everybody's PRV down from January to July. All right. And then take a minute. Contact your team. Do you realize you have made this amount of money so far this year? They may not realize that, because when you have that check that comes through for like $50 one month, and then, you know, $200 the next month, and then $50 again, you forget about that $200 month, right? Because you just focus on what's in front of you. If you can take a moment, add up all of their PRV, multiply it by 0.25, and be like, do you know you have roughly made blah, 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 blah this year? Then message me and tell me how surprised they were. Because I can bet you money they're going to go, are you serious? I would have never thought I made that much this year. I've done it. I've reached out to those consultants that are, you know, who aren't the top of the top, who are, you know, 100 PRV here, 200 PRV there, that aren't the, you know, super duper consistent ones. And I've messaged them. I've taken the time. I've added up their numbers. If you do it in an Excel spreadsheet, it'll do it for you. I've added up their numbers, and I've multiplied it by 0.25, or if they're still an essential consultant, by 0.2. And I've messaged them and said, hey, do you know you have made this much money so far? And every single one of them that responded were shocked. No, I had no idea. Are you serious? Because you forget. I don't remember what I got paid in June. I don't remember what I got paid in May. I don't remember what I got paid in April, right? I only remember what I got paid this month. So you forget all of those other months. But if you can bring to light and show them, this is how much you've made so far this year, you could, again, change a teammate's perspective on things. An easy way to do that is by tracking the numbers, however you feel fit to track the numbers. Okay? So hopefully this helped you guys. Like I said, over the next couple of days, that's on my to-do list, is to dive in and figure out things that I feel are beneficial to you as a leader to do or to help your team on. If there's a topic that you feel would be beneficial to you in your business, please tell me. I don't know what to train on if you guys don't tell me. I'm just winging it like everything else in life. So if you're like, I really could use help with this, tell me. Please, I beg you to tell me. And I will gladly train on it. I will find information about it. I will do my best to give you the information in which you're asking for. But I've got it on my to-do list to dive into some training for like what I want to focus on for the month. Just an FYI, so you guys know, in September, I am going to focus in the team page about photography, meaning how to take good pictures of our products, how to take selfies. I know that sounds really, really dumb, but so many of us, we just don't do it. We don't take pictures of ourselves. We don't take pictures with product because we're very self-conscious or we feel the pictures look dumb. So if I can give you tips and tricks on how to take selfies or how to take a picture with a product, it's, hand cream, stupid little things like that, or how to just make a picture look a little bit better of our product, because we all get product in and out of our house. Why not take the opportunity to take some pictures of it before you give it to your customer or before you use it? Because we all know live pictures do much, much better. So September is Show Me Your Scentsy, and I'm going to focus in the team page on photography tips and tricks. All right. Then that's September. October, I'm going to focus on Canva. What can you do with those pictures? Well, let's add some text to the pictures. I want to focus on Canva. I'm going to have Yasha maybe do a training on WordSwag because I don't use that one. She doesn't know that yet. So Yasha, when you watch this, surprise! October is going to be like graphics and newsletter and dive into Canva. November is going to be stories and reels. I'm going to break down how to use it, why to use it, statistics behind it, things like that. So just so you guys know, so that if you guys are planning trainings for your team, you could possibly work along with those themes or challenges. If you challenge your team, maybe you can do for September, you can do I challenge you to take a picture every other day kind of thing and post it here, whatever you want. But I just wanted you guys as leaders to know that's my plan for the next 3 months in the team page, is what we're going to focus on our trainings on. And then I'm going to really nail down some trainings here in the leadership page that I think would be beneficial for you guys. But again, if I don't know what you guys want, I can't train on it if I don't know what you want. So that's why we did numbers today, because I feel that that's very beneficial to you as a leader, and it's not something that the team needs to know. Certified consultants don't need to know how to track numbers. Anybody above does. So, I think that's it. Later on this evening in the team page, I am going to go live with how to do a individual order in your workstation. It was kind of evident yesterday in the training for the Harvest Collection that a lot of consultants do not know how to do an individual order or to set up orders ahead of time so that when the launch happens, it can run smooth. So I'm going to do tonight, hopefully I get Case and she's got more school supplies to get, but the plan for tonight is I'm going to go live and talk about how to do just an individual order, how to set up an individual order, where it is in the workstation, and how to have like all of that information set up ahead of time, so that when the launch comes, you can just drop all of the stuff in there and check out. And then Saturday, I think Saturday night or Monday night, I don't know, whichever one I get a chance to do. No, not Saturday, I have plans. So probably Monday. Then I'm going to talk about how to put it in a party and put in placeholders so that you can go ahead and figure out what your rewards are and get that all under control so that hopefully everybody will be on track for the harvest launch. So that's my plans. If you guys have any questions, if you have any comments, if you have any concerns, if you have any ideas, please let me know. I would greatly appreciate it. And I hope this helped. If you need help setting up a spreadsheet, let me know. I love me a spreadsheet, so I'm here to help. Don't get caught up on the details. Don't get caught up that Amber does it as a spreadsheet. Do it however works for you. If a Word document works for you, on your phone in the Notes app works for you, a notebook works for you, whatever works for you that you're going to look at and you're going to use is what's important. I still use a paper planner and a paper notebook because that's what's worked for me for the past 20 some years. So don't get caught up in the little details. Just track your team's numbers, who they are. You don't have to have a join date. You don't have to have their title if you don't want to. You don't even have to have notes. Name, monthly PRV. Okay? Just so that you can very easily go back and look and see. All right? So let me know when you guys do that. And I'll talk to you guys later.